this time I'll hand over the microphone now to the DG Brace Commission as he takes us on this session.
A very good afternoon, and thank you all for your patience. We are almost done, but we did declare when the heads of state and myself, we had a conversation on how we can move forward. And so we put this on paper and we need to tweet. And so I'll just read to you the great state heads of service agreed on the following commitments. Number one, to encourage digital literacy of the region's workforce and facilitate the digitalization of the region's civil and public service, ensuring that by December 31st, 2027, the service will have adopted paperless operations. Two, commit to prioritizing capacity building by ensuring that 50% of all civil and public servants in the great states are trained in basic skills or have attended specialized courses. They also commit to leveraging the John Oyegun Public Service Academy in Edo State, as well as other centers both nationally and internationally. Improve staff motivation through improved workforce, through improved work environment, competitive wages and other incentives to boost retention and reduce anti-intellectualism in the service. All public service in the region should have functional and robust websites before June 30th, 2025. Leverage each other's strengths through collaboration to promote peer review and learning across the region. Create a robust performance management with clear key performance indicators. Embedded in this will be a robust reward and consequence management system. 7. Drive service-wide innovation across the region by introducing an innovative challenge for civil and public staff that promotes critical thinking, problem-solving, teamwork, collaboration, and creativity across the region by December 31st, 2027. And this is done today at Benin, Edo State, Benin City. closing remarks to share and talk to us what they have experienced and gained as we come to the end of the retreat. So I start from, if you look, anytime we organize a great event, we always start from the number one, and the number one is Baesa. So Baesa, madam, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. The retreat has been a very worthwhile retreat. We have learned so much. I have learned. Sharing the experiences, it has been worthwhile and very interesting. And from what we have agreed to do from here going forward, I am sure that by the time I get back and send it to my principal, he'll also buy into it. Because just as we acknowledge, the civil service is very, very important. And I'm very sure that based on the three basic things we have agreed, innovation, transparency, and capacity building, we're going to improve on ours in Bayelsa State. On this, I will say thank you very much, DG of Brace Commission and Edo State Government.
Rivers.
Thank you, Ambassador, for this opportunity. For us in Rivers, we appreciate this opportunity to be here in Edo State. We appreciate the opportunity to be here to be part of this making of retreat, one of its kind. And I have learned a lot. The team that I came with, I have learned a lot, and I think that the Benin Declaration and key commitments is a good one because it has given us targets to work towards. Because when you it's easy to just make declarations without set targets, but when you have target dates, it gives you opportunity to work towards achieving those targets. So we are indeed grateful for this opportunity. I'll take the message back to our head of service, who will in turn take it back to His Excellency. And because he was one of us, we are hoping that we'll get approvals for all the things that we need to do to meet these targets. Once again, thank the DG for putting this training together, and especially the Edo State government here represented by the head of service for being good hosts to us. Thank you so much. We fed us so much. I'm sure some of us have added extra kilos that will need to share on the go home. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Akwa Ibom.
Thank you so much for having me here. I, as a person, as head of service of Akwa Ibom State, would have missed a lot if I did not attend these retreats. It's quite established in my mind where we are now in Akwa Ibom State as far as the digitalization of processes and services in Akwa Ibom State, and where we ought to be. The gap is quite clear in my mind now, and it's quite enormous. And I will take the lessons learned here, the experience of Edo State. I want to say that we started digitalization in Akwa Ibom State about the same time when Edo State started, and I've gone quite far. And I will be going back to see how we can develop to get to where they are today. I want to appreciate Edo State government's investment in public service is quite enormous. And this comes with the interest that His Excellency the Governor here has in the public servants. I want to also appreciate the DG of Grace Commission. They follow up to ensure that we're here for this very important retreat. The resource persons that have been brought in and everything, the welfare package and all that testing are quite beneficial. Let me also thank my colleague, the head of service of Edo State, for sharing knowledge with us. Some other people who have chosen not to be interested in other states coming up to level with them, but they are it's been so open to us and share all that he has there. Thank you. Let me also appreciate all the participants. You have been quite active participants in this retreat. Thanks so much.
Representative of the Delta State Head of Service.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I have to, on behalf of my head of service, express very deep gratitude and appreciation to Grace Commission, headed by Your Excellency, Ambassador Keshi, and at the same time, Edo State government for this great innovation. No doubt, these few days have been a learning process for my state, and I also know that there is a lot we can bring to the table. And I also appreciate that it should be rotational within the states in the South-South. So at that time, we also have the opportunity to play host. The papers presented.
Come on the condition you are something better than this.
We have the results. What's it called? That resort. It's a very beautiful place that the governor has just put in place for us. Leisure Castle, thereabouts, the leisure resorts. So I also have learned a lot from the seminar papers presented by the likes of Urosai. Always look forward to seeing him cooperate a lot about you. And then Joe Abba, his paper is excellent. And then the head of service of Edo State. In fact, from beginning to the end, we enjoyed his lecture. Very action-packed, very incisive. And we like this collaboration to continue. And I believe that the public servants are better off with this kind of exposure. Development is a continuous process. And wherever you have the opportunity to come together like this, it's always a learning process. I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And we're taking this back to His Excellency Governor of Delta State, His Elder Sheriff Francis Obrowori JP, believing that he will set the pace for Delta public service as he has been doing since the inception of his administration. Thank you very much, sir, and God bless us all.
Our host, Edo State.
Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, Ambassador Keshi, Director General of the Grace Commission, and his dear wife, my colleagues from the Grace States, our colleagues from, Grace States, my people in the Edo State Public Service, I'd like to express our appreciation and gratitude of Edo State and the government of Edo State to all of you for finding time to be here. Being with us these 3 days, it's been a very wonderful experience. One of the statements I made when I welcomed you on Wednesday was that taste of the pudding is in the eating. We have eaten the pudding. I suppose. We have eaten the pudding, and I suppose we have experienced the taste. I was a bit scared when Mother mentioned that we fed them very well. I thought she was going to say that they were fed up. But thank God. So I'm very happy. It's been a wonderful opportunity to discuss issues that are common to us, particularly with respect to the public service, the growth and development of public service. And there have been a lot of learnings from this. It's been symbiotic. We have learned from you, and I'm sure you've learned a few things from us. But going back to our different states, if we do not put the learnings to use, then it would mean that these 3 days have been wasted. I want to believe that that's not why we left our different states to come here. If at the end of 2 years, a commitment that we have given here before everyone, we're not able to do our best to ensure that even if we're not able to achieve everything, but at least we're able to achieve most of it. Someone said, if you want to fall on the stars, you aim for the sun. So that if you don't get as far as the sun, you can fall on any of the stars, or at least the moon. So we have aimed for the sun with this declaration. We may not get to the sun, we hope we'll get to the sun, but we'll at least fall in any of the stars. So I want to believe that these lessons that we've learned here will help us grow and develop our different public services. I want to particularly thank the BRACE Commission under the very able leadership of Ambassador Keshi, Director General. Since the first day we started conversing on this issue, it's been a very interesting conversation. I've been very excited about this program, and my excitement has not been misplaced at all over the past 3 days. We must also thank our sister in Wahine, Director General of CHUSA. She has been, I say this, the presence of responsibility. She has been an excellent addition to the workforce of the civil service. And she has got the line so well as far as this CHUSA, this academy is concerned, and has assisted us. Our team has been very much pivotal to the growth and development of the civil and public service that we've achieved since she has been here. So thank you very, very much. I must also thank the Director General, Ogaisa Aremu, for finding time to come. When I spoke with you, honestly, I was a bit skeptical. But thank you, sir. You abandoned everything to be here. Thank you also now in absentia to His Excellency, the former governor of Edo State, Chief Odege Oyegu. As I said earlier, this academy is deservedly named after him. Thank you also to Joaba. Thank you also to Professor Lauba for the conversation with all of them. Am I leaving anyone out? Okay. And then for all of you, particularly the best workforce in Nigeria, I'm sorry I'm saying this day, they have been wonderful. As I said earlier, if they didn't support what we have done, no matter how intentional, no matter how deliberate we have been, without their support, we wouldn't have achieved anything. So thank you. As we go back, is our prayer that God Almighty, who brought you here safely, will take you back to your respective homes and states safely in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, and God bless you.
It is now left to me to also say thank you. And first, I want to say to the head of service of the Edo State that what you said I agree with you. I've been coming in and out of the state for quite some time, and I agree with you with the best workforce. Just to assure you that Kola Wole is coming. Sorry, did you hear what I said? I said Kola Wole is not here to push back on that statement. But let me start first of all by recognizing and thanking you, sir, for joining us here today, and to say that I appreciated your lecture. You know, every day, events like this, you learn new things. I've always learned of labor relations. But quite frankly, nobody has ever told me that, one, you have to teach people about labor relations, but nobody has actually told us the importance of it. Because all we know is that, oh, labor, I mean, they are going on strike, they are doing this and all. But it was revealing that actually you needed to, you know, learn a lot about labor relations and how to treat and manage labor issues. And I sincerely hope, as you did say, that it will be necessary to also strike a deal so that your people can come in here and people here, throughout the region, also be glad to work with you to bring in people to your institute to also learn some of these things, because managing labor relations in you know, it's very important, particularly now that the labor force is increasing all over the place. But I want to thank you for finding time to be here with us and spending the whole day with us. And for me, it's nice to see you again, and thank you so much for coming here. To all the heads of service, okay, we've been in this whole state with the chairman of the local government, and we've never actually mentioned him. You see, this is how you guys in this state marginalize local government. It's only taking their forms. You don't even recognize them when they come to events, you know. So, sir, we thank you for being here. We actually believe, in fact, I think 2 years ago, we're actually going to have something like this for the local government chairman, because we thought that it was very important to work with the local government as well, you know, but we couldn't do that. So I sincerely hope that somewhere in the near future we'll be able to do that. To the heads of service from the region, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I hope, as the Edo head of service has said, you are going home, and this retreat will be meaningless if you do not translate, put into practice some of the things you have picked up, you know, at this 3-day retreat. As I said earlier this morning, perhaps for me the most important thing, and I'll be glad to hear that you did a very powerful memo to your leaders, and let it be. I'll say this to you all. If there is any head of state that I know in this country that is very, very proud of his civil servant, it's General Gowon. If you meet General Gowon and you just introduce yourself as a permanent secretary, General Gowon will just go ahead and tell you how the permanent secretaries helped him to be successful, and the work and the advice that the permanent secretaries, you know, gave to him. Perhaps many of you might actually not know that the major reason for the overthrow of General Gowon was the fact that the senior military officers said that they were being relegated, and that the head of state was depending too much on the permanent secretaries, who were at that time called Super PAMSEC. And that was why immediately the new regime came, what was their first action? They retired all the super permanent secretaries. But guess what? And here is the irony of life. One of those who took that decision to retire permanent secretary, super permanent secretary, that was not the permanent secretary at that time, Olusegun Obasanjo, when he came back as head of state, he organized retreats for the civil service because of the notes he has received about the declining nature of the of the civil service. What did Obi do? The same people he retired were the people he called to come and educate the new people. What an irony of life. So what am I trying to say? That you have a role to play. You are the bedrock. You are the engine of government. And I think Hossein said it very well. If an engine is not strong enough, it cannot go anywhere. And you need to constantly ensure that your engine is in a very good condition. So I sincerely hope that permanent secretaries will also continue to work with your heads of service and help push for changes that will make not just Edo State, but the region's civil service the best in this country. I wish you all the very best as you all travel back home, but we cannot end this without paying tribute to the governor himself. Since your governor became the chairman of the Bridge Commission, the Bridge Commission is enjoying a new lease of life. It's very good. And that's the honest truth. You know, if we had this kind of push that is being given us, I think the last time we actually had such encouragement was under Liam Imoke. You know, but since he became chairman, within this very short space, he's actually trying to push the commission. So, head of service, please, through you, want to express our thanks and gratitude to him and to the government and the people and the lovely people of Edo State. And we look forward that maybe in another 2 years, we'll be back here to review what we have done. I want to beg each and every one of you, let us not be like the United Nations folks. It was because the Millennium Development Goal was not achieved that we have a sustainable development goal. And as things are going now, that itself might not be, nations, because very few nations, particularly this part of the world, is focusing on it. But let's do our best to ensure that when we do meet here in about 2 years' time, to look at what we have done since our first meeting in Benin, we will have a lot to celebrate. And on that note, I say thank you. God bless you.
What an amazing retreat this has been. Once again, let's put our hands together for all.
Thank you.
At this point, can we respectfully all rise so we can take the national anthem and the Edo anthem, and then we'll call it a wrap. A minute, please.
Please, while you are standing, let me offer an apology. I want to thank the DG of this academy. She's been so helpful to us that we can't have this thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate, and we look forward to working with you again when we organize the governor's retreat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.